Hello, this is TK O'Geary with the Pathways Virtual Support Session for April 5th. We will have a couple of questions and answers and then share with you some slides on some information on where to store your feedback. And then we'll take time for additional questions, time permitting. If we need to go over 30 minutes, then what we will do is I'll log off and then log back on in a new session. The reason for that is I am using the free version of Zoom. So they will log us off after 40 minutes if we have more than a certain number of attendees. So let's just go ahead and take all the time that we need for questions and answers, broken up if we need to. All right, so we'll go through some questions and answers as I mentioned. How do you change the due date field in the project status block, and how do we access this field to set up and track a learning plan? So here's what's interesting. This Toastmasters has always been a self-directing, self-paced program. So you can choose to move at your own pace. So because Toastmasters International is using software that is created by another vendor that's been customized for Pathways, this field happens to exist there, and there's no requirement. In fact, there's no ability to enter a date, edit the date, change the date, remove the date, or access the date. So you will always see that as no due date because Toastmasters is self-paced. How do you reward a badge to another member if you don't see them in your home club? Now, Toastmasters International has always been very strong on protecting member privacy. So you can only search for and view other members of your home club. And I'll go into home club definition again in a moment. So that means members in your home club are the only ones to whom you will be able to award a badge on Basecamp. So here's the specifications on home club. It's not like what we used to call our home club when it was the traditional program, and many people considered their home club the very first club that they joined, and then everything else as additional clubs. Or maybe they had a club that they were extremely active in and they made that their home club. Well, in Pathways, because everything is electronic, your home club is where you have either logged into or have last logged into as a member of a club where you are a member. So here's an example. Say that you originally started in ABC Toastmasters. That was your very first club. You consider it in your home club in the traditional world, in the traditional Toastmasters environment. And then you join ABC 123 Club as a secondary club. In the past world, that would have been home club ABC and then additional club ABC 123. In Pathways, if you log into ABC Toastmasters, that is your home club because you are electronically present there. If you go into and log into a club ABC 123, that is where you are electronically present, which means that is your home club. So wherever you're electronically present is your home club, and you will only be able to see people who are electronically present or last time they logged in electronically in a club. That's their home club. So if you happen to belong in a club with somebody who's in more than one club, the suggestion is after that person gives a speech, tell them to make sure that they log in to the club where they gave the speech so that people can provide feedback to that speaker. If they don't, then nobody can give them a badge or feedback because they will not see them because they're electronically present in another club. So your home club is where you are electronically present. Doesn't make any difference what you consider your home or favorite club or first club. In Pathways, it's where you are either electronically present or were last electronically present. I'm a member of 2 clubs and I have my first path selected. How do I receive my second free path? So this is something where you need to make sure you consider when did you belong to 2 clubs. If you belong to 2 clubs prior to the rollout, then you are eligible for a second free path. To do that, you have to call Toastmasters International or email them. If you try and go online and access and order that second free path, you'll have to pay for that. So call Toastmasters International, or I suggest using their email address, supplyorders@toastmasters.org, and say, hey, I'm a member of 2 clubs. I would like to order a second free path, and then give them that path name. And you'll be able to get that for free. This just happens for only your second path, not multiple paths after that. But first and second path, if you're a member of more than one club, are free. So let's go through where you store feedback in the Toastmasters Pathways environment. So once you've logged into a club in Pathways, you want to go over here to this little icon where, most people are putting their face or maybe another picture, or you might just have that little shadow of the figure of somebody's head. But if you click on that, then you will get to this kind of a screen, or you should. So you'll see your name, Basecamp profile, feedback, transcripts, and then this ePortfolio. So if you click on this ePortfolio, you will then see this environment. So you'll see documents and badges. So I've got 2 badges here because I get a badge for selecting a path, and then I've completed a level 1 in my Pathways environment. So if you want to upload your feedback, click on Documents, and then Toastmasters International has set you up with several folders. So you have a level 1, 2, 3, 4 folders, and then you also have just a generic My Documents folders. So you can click on any of those and upload your feedback into the My Documents or any of the other folders in ePortfolio. And that way, you've always got your feedback there. You can go back and reference it, and you don't have to worry about losing your material. So this is the end of our presentation for the April 5th session of the Pathways Virtual Support Session. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording this. Actually, let me take a look at the chat room to see if there's any questions. And what I'm going to go ahead and do then is no questions, so I'm going to save this, so stop the recording, and then we'll open that up for discussion. And this will be posted where the additional past virtual sessions have been posted. If you have any questions, please email me. It's been distributed on the information on these pathway sessions. So just go ahead and shoot me an email with your question, and I'll go ahead and include that on a future or upcoming virtual support session. Thank you so much, and I'm glad you were part of our meeting today. Or you're viewing this later. Thanks, and send me your questions, and go out there and check out Pathways. It's a lot of fun, it's interesting, and until you really get into it, you may not know what you want to know. So send me a question if you need, and I look forward to helping you. Take care.